Hello everyone. Today we are going to see on that Oracle SQL series about what is constraint and how we can create the table with the help of the constraints and the functionalities. Okay. First know about what is constraints. Okay. So when we see this constraint, it is mainly used to restrict the column the data or we can say like that it is defined that set of the rules in that one table. Okay, and now take that one example. Okay, one student table it is present. Okay, where each of the student is having one unique ID, and each of the students should not present with the null values. This is like I'm giving the restrictions, or otherwise I can tell that it is my rules. Okay, so this is the constraints rule. What is a constraints rule? That is, it is used to restrict the data, that is column data, or it is defined that one set of the rules in table. Okay, and these rules okay can be applied for that one single column or the set of the columns also. Okay, and we have 5 types we can define the constraints. First is primary key, second foreign key, third one not null, fourth one check, and fifth one unique. Okay, so these ways we can define them. Today we are going to see on that primary key, okay, and their functionalities and how we can create the primary keys in a table. Okay, first what is primary key? Okay, so when we see this primary key, it will not allow the null values. Okay, and each of the values in the primary keys it is should be unique one. Okay, unique one in the sense it will not allow the duplicate values. Okay, first one is it will not allow the null values and duplicate values. And second, okay, here note it down properly. When we are creating one table, okay, only one primary key it should be present in the column. When we are creating primary key, Oracle internally creates one unique index to prevent duplicate values. Okay, that is to prevent duplicate data. Okay, and next, I already said that whenever you are creating that one primary key, okay, in one table there should be only one primary key. If I want to make as a multiple column as a primary key means we can use a composite keys. Okay, we can see in that upcoming session what is composite key and what is index, unique index, everything. Okay, and this primary key can be defined as a two ways. First it is column level and next it is table level. Now we can see the practically how it is working. First, we can define in column level. For that, here I have written the syntax create table, table name, column, data type. We are giving constraint and constraint name and which constraint you are taking. Okay, primary key. Okay, and second column. Based on the syntax, here I have written that one create table statement. Create table and my table name it is called student. ID number. Okay, ID. When we see the student, each of the student it is present with that unique ID and with that not null values. That's the reason here I am making for that ID column it is primary key. Okay, ID number. Based on the syntax I have written, see here, constraint, okay, and my constraint name it is SID, okay, and after that I am giving that primary key. Second column it is name varchar 2 of 20. Now I can run the statement, create table statement. Now see here the table it is getting created. Okay, now I describing the table. DESC student. Now see here the ID column, it is presented with the not null constraints, like that it is showing to us. Okay, but we know that we have given that primary key in this statement. So how we can check that primary key present in this the schema or in the table? For that we want to use it select star from user underscore constraint. Okay, now select the statement and run it. Now see here, owner it is from that HR, and what are the table name it is present in that HR? These are all table name present in that HR. Based on that we can get that constraint type, whether it is unique constraint or primary key, or it is like the check constraints. These and all it is called at constraint name. Okay, now here I need to find that the constraint present in this student table. Okay, constraint present in the student table. So we can use a condition where, okay, where table name equal to, within this the single quotation you should present your table name student. Okay, now select the statement and run it. Now see here, we have given our constraint name in the schema, it is, that is owner it is schema, and the constraint name it is SID. Which constraint you are giving? Primary key constraint. Table name it is student. Okay, now note it down properly. Here see, generated. Okay, who's generated? User. Okay, user it is generating this key. Okay, I already said that whenever you are creating that the primary key, okay, Oracle create one index, internally it will create it. Okay, see here I have created one primary key. Okay, now see, primary key have created. That's the reason Oracle internally created one unique index. Okay, we will see that index of everything in that upcoming session. Now just see that Oracle internally created the one unique index when you are creating that primary key. Okay, now we can insert the values in the student table. Insert into student values, I am giving my ID it is 10 and name it is Bindu. Okay, now select this statement and run it. Now see here, the one row it is getting inserted. Okay, now second value I am giving student ID it is 20 and name it is Bindu. Second row it is also inserted. Okay, I am trying to give that third, okay, row it is 20 Bindu only, but it will tell to us unique constraint violated, like that it is throwing that error, because I already said that primary key it won't take that duplicate values. That's the reason here it is throw that error like a unique constraint violated. Okay, and second one I said it won't accept the null values. Here I am giving the directly null. Okay, if you are giving that string format, you can give that within this bracket, that is within this single quotation you can give it null. Okay, here I am giving that the ID it is number data type. So I am giving that null in the place of okay, values. Now select the statement and run it. Now see, in this error statement can't insert the null into this table. So based on that you can get to know that the primary key it won't insert the null values, as well as it won't insert the duplicate values also. This is first way of creating the primary key with the column level. Okay, now we can move into the second level. Okay, before that just I will make that this table drop table, and my table name it is student. Now select the statement and run it. Otherwise you can give that control enter also to run the statement. Okay. Now this is my second level to create the primary keys in column level. Okay. Syntax, create table and my table name. Okay. Column 1 data type and we are giving that primary key. Okay. And column 2 data type. Okay. Please note it down here properly in that first level. Okay. Now see here in the first level. Okay. We have given the constraint, the keyword we have given. After that we are defining that constraint name. Then we are giving that primary key. Okay. This is my first way of creating the column level constraint. Now see here, this is my second way of creating that column level constraints. Okay. Here we have not given that constraint keyword and all. Directly we are giving that primary key. Okay. Now based on the syntax have written that the table. Okay. Now see here, create table and table name. And my column name it is ID and number it is data type. Here we have directly mentioned the primary key. Okay. After that my second column it is name varchar 2 of 20. Now select the statement and run it. Now see here the student table it is getting created. Okay. Now we can check that the primary key present in the student table. For that I have already written that the statement that before that only we have executed the statement. Select star from user underscore constraint where table name equal to student. This statement it is execute that the constraint present in the table. Okay. Now select the statement and run it. Okay. Now see here, this one it is constraint name. Okay. Constraint name. What is my constraint name here presented? Sys underscore some values it is presented. Constraint type it is primary key. That's the reason here it is showing the T values. And generated name. Okay. But before that we got it the generated by user. But here we got it generated name we got it. Okay. The constraint name also it is getting changed. Before that we have given that constraint name. That's the reason we got that output in the form of sys id. Okay, sys id we got it. But here we have not provided that the constraint name. Oracle only it is given that one constraint name. Okay, that's the reason we got sys underscore some values. Okay, and in that index name also you can see that one. Okay. Whatever the constraint it is name it Oracle u1 that name only it is taking that index. Okay. So based on that you can get know that we can define that constraint in a column level in two ways. Okay. First way it is constraint and constraint the keyword. Okay. Constraint keyword we can use it and we are giving that constraint name. And primary key we have taken. This is first level in column level. Okay. And my second way it is directly we are giving that primary key. Okay. So this is the column level constraints. Okay. Next we can take the table level constraint. Now see here, this is my table level constraint. Table level constraint it is nothing but okay, here we are creating one table. Okay, after that we are inserting that column and all, and at last we are taking the primary key and we are giving that one specific column. This column only I am specifying that primary keys. Okay, before that just I will make the drop table and table name it is student. Okay, now just I make the copy this above the statement. Okay, create table statement and paste it down. Here we have taken the primary key in the last one. Now within this bracket I am giving that ID. Okay, ID I am mentioning as a primary key. Now select this statement and run it. Now see here the table it is getting created. Okay, student table. Okay, this is table level constraint. Okay, so these ways we can create the constraints. In column level if we see, two ways we can create it. In table level, one way we can create it. Okay, so in that upcoming session we can see that with how the foreign key it is working and how we can create the foreign keys. Okay, thank you for watching. If this session it is helpful for you, please subscribe it, comment it and share it. And I also posted the videos on IICS and data warehousing concept. Please check it, and if you have any questions or doubt it is there, okay, please post it in comment. We'll see on upcoming sessions. Thank you.